Mbeuemo has just proved in FPL Game Week 20 why he is a season keeper. A lot of people got rid of him, and a lot of people have now been punished for the fact that they have got rid of him. 19 points today, 2 goals and 1 assist. I know it is against the poor Southampton team, but you can't say it's a surprise with Mbeuemo. He comes up with these double-digit hauls on a regular basis. If you're an FPL fan and you're not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Hit subscribe on this channel. This is the place to be for all the latest FPL news and content. And Mbeuemo and Wissa, as I said, big points coming in from them. Wissa getting a goal as well. And very, very impressive Brentford. And I think now a lot of people will be looking to move towards an Mbeuemo. The people who got rid of him will be looking to bring him back. And surely it's got to be part of like a 2 transfer move. And maybe with Nicholas Jackson making way, maybe a Nicholas Jackson downgrading him to somebody else and then upgrading a midfielder potentially could be the best way to get to Mbeuemo if you don't already own him. Nicholas Jackson now, that is 4 blanks in a row and just 2 points against Crystal Palace and substituted in the 80th minute. Not looking too good going forward for Nicholas Jackson. He's in my personal team and he's a player that I'll probably be looking to bring on. I'll make a video more on my transfer plans later. But Nicholas Jackson is definitely one that's disappointed yet again and probably has to move out of our team. I think people are losing patience with him now. But one player who people aren't losing patience with is Anthony Gordon. He's another player that's going to be transferred in heavily over the course of this game. But you'd imagine it would be quite split between transfers in of Mbeuemo and Anthony Gordon. And for me, I think you've got to be owning both at this point. The fixtures for Brentford are decent enough coming up. And Mbeuemo's just good going forward against anyone, to be honest. And Anthony Gordon especially has got an actual good run of fixtures. Wolves next, then Bournemouth, Southampton and Fulham. It's a really nice next 4 matches. Coming in with 7 points against Spurs. I do personally think to try and get to both of them, it is a little bit tricky to get to both of them. But I do think that is probably the best way going forward. I think Anthony Gordon is not a must-have, but it's getting to the point where he has got to be in most people's teams because you're going to keep getting punished by Anthony Gordon the way it's going. If he keeps coming in with the points that he's getting at the moment, then I think there's only one thing that's going to happen, and it's going to be a red arrow for you because, as I say, Newcastle are looking very, very good right now. But then you look at it as well, and there's going to be some more players that are going to be heavily transferred in the midfield position, and that is SAVIO, who's come in with an 11 points, but he's got bonus points as well. And then as well as that, he got 14 points last week against Leicester. So he's another player that's going to be pretty heavily transferred in. You're looking at it now, you've got 3 good midfielders, 3 midfield options that have emerged in recent weeks especially. Mbeuemo was always an option in my opinion, hence why I've always had him in my team. But obviously a lot of people got rid of him and took him out of their plans completely. Anthony Gordon's come into people's thinking probably in the last 2 weeks. And now SAVIO after this week coming in with that big points haul against West Ham. There's a lot of good midfield options right now and it's tough to choose the best ones. But as I said, I do think to get to these midfielders, probably the best way is to drop down from a Nicholas Jackson down to a cheaper striker, Chris Wood, if you don't already have him. Maybe even a João Pedro, who knows. But somebody, or even a Wissa or someone at that kind of price point, and then upgrade your midfielder, maybe another 5 million defending midfielder that you've got, upgrade them to a player, as I say, Anthony Gordon, SAVIO, or Mbeuemo. We can't not talk about Erling Haaland after his 2 goals against West Ham, scored against Leicester and now got 2. That's 3 goals now in his last 2 games. Is it enough to convince people to get him? I don't think so. The fixtures for Man City is a little bit of a put-off. The next 2 are decent with Brentford and Ipswich. Beyond that, it is a little bit of a trickier run for Man City. You're looking at it, you've got Chelsea after that, Arsenal, Newcastle and Liverpool. So, nice next 2 fixtures. The other fixtures make it a little bit trickier to be picking these players. So I don't think Haaland people are going to be moving towards yet. But if he goes and scores again against Brentford, maybe people will start putting him on their radar. But for me personally, I'm not going anywhere near him at the moment. Miller's Kerkez, fair play to the people that own him because he has come in with a massive 12-pointer against Everton and the clean sheet and an assist and picking up the bonus points as well. Just a trickier run of fixtures coming up for Bournemouth now. They've got Chelsea next, who aren't playing well at the moment, to be fair. Then Newcastle and Nottingham Forest. They're all tricky matches, you'd say. Forest is a game where I don't even think Bournemouth will be able to keep a clean sheet in that one. Newcastle at the moment are on absolute top form. So it's a difficult one. If you want to transfer in Kerkez, I'm not a big fan of it personally. I think you probably missed the boat there. But fair play to people that own Kerkez because that 9-pointer or 12-pointer is absolutely huge. As regards Alexander Isak, pretty much most people have him at this point, let's be honest. If you don't have him by now, I don't know what you're doing. He missed out on bonus points. He missed out on 3 bonus points. Solanke robbed him of that at the end because he got some silly yellow card at the end of the match. So 7 points for Isak, but he is on an absolute run of goals right now. I think that's 9 goals in the last 7 games. The guy could be on for breaking Jamie Vardy's record, which is unbelievable the way he's going. And with the fixtures coming up, as I say, you got Wolves, Bournemouth, Southampton, and then it's Fulham after that. Honestly, you could really see him just continuing the scoring run and continuing to get big FPL points. So if you don't have Isak, I really do think you're missing out. I'm going to have a video up tomorrow of my transfer plans going into the next game week, so do stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel down below. Drop a like if you've enjoyed. Subscribe, as I say, if you are new around here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.